Hey, we're live on YouTube. How is everybody doing? And just, I haven't been on YouTube. I guess it's a good time to go YouTube live. Normally I'm TikTok live. I haven't even, sometimes I go Facebook live too as well. Um, I don't know. Maybe at some point in time, if TikTok keeps going down the way it does, my cameras are out too. Um, that kind of stuff like that. But I took down one of my accounts because I chose to. Um, and that kind of stuff like that. But again, my backup account now is not working. But I don't know. I don't know if there's just because the servers are down or whatever. Um, but yeah, um, like I said, guys, no, I'm not vegan. I guess TikTok thinks everybody's vegan or everybody's with the vegan teacher. I'm not vegan. Um, apparently, I I know who she is. That's all I can say. Definitely, and I've shared this before, and I'm not proud of it. She happens to be my cousin's ex-wife. Um, but yeah, I don't get into that part of it, anyways. Yeah, she's got a lot of marbles loosed up in her head at sometimes, but yeah. Um, so I'm glad to see she's disappearing off of TikTok, but yeah. That kind of thing. I'm surprised that shelf behind me survived. Now, a couple times, guys, I've taken, like I said, I the one night, guys, I went a little overboard. Definitely, again, like I enjoy drinking my Jack Daniels, that kind of stuff like that. But sometimes I overdo it, definitely, to the point that I actually injure myself. I did injure myself again. Not as bad as I normally do. At least I'm just grateful that I don't have my the glass table out here. It would have fallen through it. Um, definitely, but other than that, I'm all right, guys. I'm doing okay. Definitely. Well, my hair is kind of messy, guys. So definitely been relaxing a lot more, anyways. Get my hair kind of combed back a bit. That kind of stuff like that. But until TikTok comes back up to surface, guys, definitely, I can't go TikTok live. I can't even do 60-second videos because my camera's not working. Definitely, I don't know what's happening. I'm actually resetting my phone now. Definitely phone tablet now. Again, my internet. I just use it just for my home internet, guys. Definitely. I don't. Uh, Again, I had my mobile number taken out of service, so everything's basically just running off my Wi-Fi internet. Definitely, it's like all the good people. It seems that all the good people on TikTok, like TikTok Jesus or whatever, um, are being harassed, or us good people like myself that are not doing anything wrong to nobody is being harassed totally on TikTok and generally. Um, they're shutting people's accounts off, everything. Um, it is the people they should be reporting, they're not reporting. Um, Definitely, they're not going after the right people. They're going after TikTok Jesus. He was all right. I always liked him. I thought he was funny. Um, it is people are attacking the content or the person's age, really. Um, And definitely. Now, my shows that I do on TikTok, guys, like I said, I've got an age restriction on stuff. I put it on my shows for secure, just for security and safety purposes. That is usually 18, 19 plus, because sometimes, like, I like to have my odd beer on there, or have my bottle of Jack Daniels, which is liquor or whatever, on there. Definitely. So it is technically a no minor zone. Um, but where the good thing is with Vigo, you can't even have alcohol in there, because I can understand Vigo is very strict on that. Totally. Also, too, yes, just let you guys know, I am a known smoker. I do not smoke. I've been accused of being a smoker when these new smoking bylaws have hit. Definitely, I get accused of a lot of crap for no reason, falsely. Um, like, and that kind of stuff like that. But no, I have the odd whiskey or beer now and then, but no, I'm not a smoker. I don't waste my money on cigarettes. I don't buy cigarettes. I don't smoke. Um, I have relatives that do, but yes, if they, right now visiting is non-essential. But if they come to visit, they are told the same thing. They can't. That they are to gather outside. They can't do it here because we have strict. We have what you call a very strict law in place that even in our own privacy of our own apartment, uh, we're not allowed to smoke vape. We're not allowed to smoke. Um, it'll cause authority, landlord tendency, legal actions, definitely, or different actions that could occur. Um, Definitely. So that's like I know my wife has a habit or addiction, but I make her go outside because I have to, because I don't want to be accused or falsely be accused of something that I'm personally not doing. Um, I consider it to be more racism than anything. If you really want to talk about racism on that point. Um, and definitely, I think that is a very big what you call discrimination and racism violation on an individual human, anyways, um, and generally, if you were to look at that, but yeah, we're not going to go into that topic because that gets, like I said, that gets into um, what's going on in the world. I'm not saying that I am against what's going on in the world. Um, that kind of stuff like that. I don't, like I said, when I went to school, I grew up with kids. Their parents came from Africa, they came from Jamaica or whatever. But to keep the app safe, guys, like TikTok, I don't want people coming in talking politics. It's not the fact that I'm not saying that I'm not against what's going on. I understand what they stand for, what they're supporting, which is fine. But when you got platforms like TikTok and people get in there and they get fighting because they all have different opinions. Same with using the platform for religion. It is creating a very large trolling trend, which is causing cyberbullying. It's causing harassment. Politics is doing that big time to these platforms. Is harming these platforms. So is religion, um, because you're on the internet. You've got mixed denominations. You've got mixed religions of the world. Like you got North South pagans. You've got Wiccan. You got Christianity. You got Freemason, Orange Masonic, Illuminati. Um, you have a mixture of these different cultures. And when you have a mixture of these different cultures and tribes, guys, um, these platforms are no longer um, what you call suitable to discuss religion or politics of any kind, um, because it causes a violent reaction in the comment section. Um, and people figure it's their right to get rude, everything else like that, and it becomes a very big problem that has to be cleaned up totally. Um, and especially when you have the ab owners that own these abs that don't do nothing, don't do their job, they don't do nothing about it. When you get these cyber trolls coming in, you get these cyber bullies coming in, that kind of stuff like that. Um, they don't do their job. And sometimes I feel they should not have the right to have these platforms up on the internet if they cannot keep law and order on their own platforms, like platforms like I'm talking about TikTok, company itself. Um, they're allowing all this outburst. They're allowing people to hate on other people because they're different. Um, I don't have, like I said, I don't have any problem with this channels, because I know everything's like all separate different channels, definitely, and everybody has their own private channel, and yes, they do have the rights to their own opinions, but their opinions are they don't realize they're getting very cyberbully-ish, and they don't realize what they're saying or doing, and definitely. It is like TikTok is getting so bad. It's not funny. It's not like the way it used to be when I joined it. When it was first new, like 2015, 2014. I tell you, everybody was on there, was fine with everybody, and definitely, you know, and nobody got on there. They didn't hate on people because they were different. They didn't threaten people. Um, just as it's gotten bigger, it's growing. Um, we're seeing a lot more fights breaking out on TikTok, definitely, especially in the comment section. There's too much cyberbullying, especially now everybody has their own private channels, that kind of stuff like that. Because one channel's not getting along with the other channel, one channel's getting jealous of the other channel. They're getting hateful and racist towards other channels. People are not treated equally on there. Like, people are getting upset, they're getting mad, they get pissed off. Um, and definitely, nobody's getting along on TikTok whatsoever. It's not used the way it should have been, like it was really designed for. Um, and some people are when they do get put out for that, they get mad because um, they just want on there so they can bully people. Um, and that is totally wrong. And then when TikTok does put them back on there, they're right back at their actions again. They're right back at telling people off. They're back at using the app to bully people, or to go after somebody who has a disability or whatever. Now, just let you guys know that kids that are hearing impaired, that have a disability, talk with their hands, because that's the only source of way that they can communicate with people. Um, there is, and besides that, those that are not hearing impaired, um, there are just some nationalities that, since they were kids, were born, because if in their family, even if they're born here in Ontario and Canada, like I was, um, may not have grown up or be taught English, because their home or family never spoke English. They spoke their own language, which is all right. So they were taught to talk with their hands. The Freemasons community, the Illuminati or the Freemasons or the Masonics, they have secret handshakes. They have secret hand symbols. And again, and same with the British, they talk with their hands. That's how they communicate with one another. And definitely, that's how they meet and greet, with fellow stranger Masonaries that could travel from north, south, or east or west. Definitely doesn't always mean that those hand symbols guys are racist. It's just people are just trying to assume, and trying to accuse of something they don't understand. Definitely. Even secret societies for generations have talked with their hands, because that's how they communicate back and forth with each other, with their fellow bird. And definitely, and like I said, even if it comes down to kids that are born that are hearing impaired, their parents can't afford to get them a voice automatic computer or proper programs, and it's something that partially, yes, the government does cover, but partially, no, doesn't cover. For special equipment they may need, they can't always afford to get that kind of stuff. So they were taught as kids. They were taught to talk sign language with their hands. So it doesn't always mean that, because if they use, like, let's say this means originally means okay, but apparently the South African community is now threatening and saying it's considered racist, or they're calling out a handicapped child on TikTok that's saying that he's being racist because he uses those symbols, or he uses or they'll use those icon symbols on the internet. And they get bullied, they get threatened because of it. That is totally wrong. And the Freemasons have been using those symbols, and they always mean something different. Doesn't always mean to everybody one thing. Even the Orangemen, when they talk back and forth, will use those symbols. They use Nazi symbols to communicate with each other. They use hand symbols to talk back and forth. Doesn't mean that people have the right to sit there and say, oh, because you're talking with their hands, automatically they're racist. No, that is people just using this pandemic for clout, and to cause trouble, definitely. So it doesn't matter what your skin color is. It doesn't matter what your religion is, what background you are. Those hand symbols, guys, have been around for years. It's everyday sign language, and it always means something different to different people. But to sit there and to deem or falsely accuse somebody, and definitely, or make an accusing trend or a cyberbullying trend out of it, is totally wrong. Like I said, like my mom's father was a World War II vet. He was German, and in the German culture, they talk with their hands. It's how they communicate back and forth. Same with the Freemasons. That's how they communicate back and forth with each other. Even the Orange Masonaries, the Knights of Columbus. They don't always have to be hearing impaired, but they talk with their hands, because that is the way for generations. Even the early Celtics, down to the early Celtics, or the early Irish Celtics, talk with their hands. It's intercultural. It's how they communicate, and they have for generations, back and forth. So sign language is used a lot. And has for generations. It's a very old thing that's been around for years. It's not something that the hearing impaired associations owns or have the right to own, or any culture has the right to own. It is. There's all different cultures that do talk with their hands. The Polish people, they talk with their hands. In Europe, they will talk with their hands. If you're talking to a European, if you notice when they're talking to you or hold a conversation with you, even though if they're not hearing impaired, they are English broken, they will talk with their hands. You will see you'll see body language or hand language or movement of some kind when they're talking to you. Doesn't mean that they're being a racist. Why you guys know that? You guys just jump to people on TikTok. They jump to conclusion too damn quick, totally, and they're quick to accuse, definitely. But I know in some situations, yes, I can understand the fact that they're having issues with people running around with war bonnets on their heads and that kind of stuff. Yes, I can understand them trying to educate them people on that one. But 9/10 of those people are foreign people, like they said, and don't know any better. They don't know our Canadian culture. They don't know our American culture. They don't understand it. And yes, I can admit there is some Native people on Native TikTok that are being polite with them about it, but there is ones that are actually cyberbullying and cyber threatening, especially when it comes down to handicapped children. Now with social media, and they show up at a Halloween party and they buy a costume from Walmart thinking it's okay costume to wear, and then they get bitched out on it because they make a social media over it because they're so addicted to social media. They don't know any better, but that they get harassed or they get yelled at. It means the person that's educating them from that culture, instead of being polite about it, they're getting mouthy and they're threatening. They're literally threatening. That's where the caustic end of it gets into, and that's a lot of stuff that I see come across my For You page. Definitely on TikTok, a lot of, or you know what? I see a 13-year-old kid threatening our Canadian or American Constitution. Because that's how toxic of probably parents are raising them to be. That is the kind of hate that's going around. It's like, definitely, and it shouldn't be. Like, I understand we're in a virus. Like, there was probably people in China that ate something they shouldn't have. But again, not going to put them on the spot or something like that. But again, it's your culture. It's the way they eat, and definitely, it's not it's not healthy. But yes, they're in a country where poverty is so low or whatever, or probably they actually suffer more than us Canadians or Americans would. I'm Canadian, but but I know that's caused a global, just by watching the media, it caused a global pandemic. But the behavior behind it, pounding somebody down to the cement, or police officers pounding people to the cement for no reason, that what does that have to do with the virus? Honestly, it's making people in generally that are different look bad. Definitely. The laws are going to very strict communist level. And Canada and the U.S. is never meant to be a communist country. Definitely. And this is what we're seeing every day, what we're becoming. Definitely. And we shouldn't be becoming like this. Like, people should be getting along with one another. Definitely. No matter how they're different. I know that there's people that do come here illegal. That's different. That's where they're breaking. Yes, that they're breaking laws. But you don't get violent with them. Totally, you don't start pounding them in the face. What happened to the old ways or proper procedures of dealing with the situation or restraining the person? It is going overboard today. Definitely. And that's what's scaring a lot of people. I'm not saying that I do disrespect our police authorities and that kind of stuff like that, but the way some of their officers are acting during this pandemic, yes, I honestly agree, should have their badges stripped for doing that. And there's innocent bystanders who are catching them on TikTok videos and videotaping them right in the act. But their chief of police are not removing them from the jobs. Definitely, because that kind of behavior is never acceptable. Definitely, if the military can't even act like that, the military police get caught acting like that on a military base, they'll lose their badge. They would be like what you call discharged from military, or they would be stripped of their authority. Their badge number would be taken away. Their badge would be taken away. Their uniforms would be stripped off there, and they would lose off of them. They would lose the privilege of being law enforcement officers. Definitely, very quickly they'd be out of a job. They'd be on welfare. Definitely. This is why I said, guys. That's why they're saying that. I guess that's what they mean by being safe, that kind of stuff like that. I'm not trying. Again, I'm just saying this not to get into the politics end of it and that kind of stuff like that. Yes, I do respect the BLM movement, that kind of stuff like that. But no, I personally would not go out and protest. That's not to be mean. That's what I said. That is the dangerous end of things. Totally. I used to be with People's First, and yes, there were self-advocates that would go out to Queen's Park and protest for people on their rights, for people with disabilities. But the dangerous end of it, it gets too rough. It gets too violent. Because it causes you to disrespect your authority figures. Definitely, that's what that does, and that kind of stuff like that. So, Like I said, guys, this is just getting ridiculous. What I'm seeing on TikTok or what I'm hearing on TikTok, um, or some of the people's behavior, or now they're attacking a company because they don't like the label. What a lot of people don't understand is that Pepsi is brewed and made by Coca Cola. So is your liquor at your liquor store. Only the thing with the liquor is it's got an age restriction. Um, a lot of your international grocers are shipped and provided from Coca Cola. Only thing is all the labels are different when it goes to a processing factory to be produced, processed. Definitely from the farms to the factories to be processed. And the first factory everything goes to is Coca Cola. Um, so not only do they do drinks, they do food. They do your Gatorade juices. They make your Gatorade juices. They make your beer. They make your liquor, your whiskey, your moonshine that you buy every day at the liquor store that you have to be 19 for. Um, you know, it's they basically got you fooled because it's the same stuff but with a different label. It has nothing really to do with the company. The labels have nothing to do with the company. The main company is Coca-Cola that provides everything. It has been worldwide. Um, people jump to conclusions because they don't like the design, because they don't like their artistry, they don't like the design of their label, is what it is. It's the same stuff, but the labels are different. The stickers they're just changing stickers around. Same with their trucks. Um, when we had the fair, we had the big events. If you want to rent a Pepsi truck, again, you want to rent a Pepsi Coca-Cola truck. It is still Pepsi. Pepsi is still Coca-Cola, because to rent the fridge for the events, you have to phone Coca-Cola to get it. And all it does is come from another department of Coca-Cola. So Pepsi is actually in with Coca-Cola. It is the same company. Only things is each department just has different shirts. That's all, with a different label, but it is still the same company. A lot of people don't see that. Definitely, they want to make it think that all this is new, that's new, or they're all separate. No, they're not. I used to work in a distribution plant, on a placement in high school. And everything that came through, and I was in charge of inventory, everything that came through that distribution plant all came on a Coca-Cola Pepsi truck. Definitely. And the Pepsi truck, even underneath Pepsi, said Coca-Cola right under it. Definitely. It is still the same company. And even when they bill the plant, this distribution plant itself, for the grocery stores and that, it says Coca-Cola Foods right on it. International grocers. It is one large company, one big large factory company, that distributes all around the world. Definitely, there's no little separate companies. Um, and on that truck, you get all your foods, you get all your Minute Maid, you get your orange juices, you get your Gatorade, you get your even beer for the liquor stores, all your beer brands, alcohol brands for the liquor stores, for the LCB, for the yeah, calling the liquor store LGBTQ. Sorry, guys. LCBO. Sorry, I get confused on the. It just flies off the top of my tongue. Definitely, a bit. I get it's a bit of a tongue twister, but yes, like I said, there's only one company that provides, and it is Coca-Cola that's providing you everything to your shipping to your grocery stores. They are your international grocers. They are Costco. They're all in with Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola owns everything. Everything is owned. They own Dr. Pepper. They own Pepsi. They own Gatorade, they own Minute Maid, they own the LCBO. It's the same stuff, but the labels are different. It even comes down to your drinking water. You want to buy a case of drinking water, you got to get a hold of, if you're a store owner and you want supplies for your store, To get anything, you got to go through Coca-Cola. You got no choice. That's all where it all comes from. Definitely. Your vegetables that these vegan people claim, yeah, they first grow from plants, but to be to be processed, they go to Coca-Cola. And when they get shipped to the grocery stores, they're all shipped by Coca-Cola. It's only one big company. They have, only thing is they have employees that work different departments. They're set up in different departments. That's the only difference that you don't understand. They dispatch out of different departments of the plant. So Pepsi dispatches out of Coca-Cola. Gatorade dispatches out of Coca-Cola. It's still Coca-Cola, but it's a different warehouse department in the main plant. But it's one big company. It's just an individual department. Anybody who's ever worked in a factory should know that, definitely. Or any distribution plant. Same with chocolate bars. It is all Coca-Cola or Coca-Cola Foods. It is just separate departments. They're not companies. They're departments in one big company or in one big franchise. That's what makes them so big and powerful. It just means that every department changes labels and changes stickers on their trucks. But they're all hired by Coca-Cola. International Grocers is hired by Coca-Cola. It is just another department in Coca-Cola. The LCBO, Liquor Control Board, that ships your beer, ships your liquor, and your alcohol to the liquor stores that we all enjoy. Comes out of Coca-Cola as well. It's brewed by Coca-Cola, but a different department of Coca-Cola. International Grocers, Costco, is all a different department of Coca-Cola. But yes, they do have stores, individual stores that you can go to, that you can shop at. But when it comes down to the main plant, they're one big plant. They're all different departments, and a lot of people do not see that. They think they're all separate companies. They're not separate companies. They're one big plant that ships out of. All it is different departments that the employees all work. And definitely. But when they get interviewed to get hired there, they are hired by Coca-Cola. Definitely. Then they go to different departments of the Coca-Cola plant itself. It is one big operation. Same with the cereal companies. It's all Coca-Cola, different part of the plant that employees are hired to work in. But they all still work for Coca-Cola. That's why it's called Coca-Cola Foods. It's one big company that ships and supplies everything to your local grocery stores. Definitely. It is just all separate different departments. That's all it is in one big plant. Indefinitely. So to sit there, to say that Coca-Cola is racist, then basically you might as well starve yourself, not purchase anything from the grocery store, because it all comes from Coca-Cola. If you feel that way, definitely go on a hunger strike. No, I don't suggest that, but if you guys got that kind of an attitude, it all, like I said, all they do is change stickers and labels around on stuff, but it all comes from Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola provides it all. Definitely. So like either cut the attitude out or don't bother buying any of their products, because no matter what you buy, it is owned by Coca-Cola. Definitely. Everything that you buy at the stores, everything you buy at Walmart, even comes out of different departments. One big company, but different departments. And each department, what fools a lot of people, each department has their own t-shirts, but it's the same company. There's really no difference. Definitely. But the main employer that they're working for is Coca-Cola, definitely. Same with the truck drivers. So basically, guys, you guys are kicking yourself in the ass big time. Definitely, I can tell you that. That's why I did that one video where I showed you all the different stuff. Same with your Tim Hortons coffee, that kind of stuff like that. It is all, again, different department. It's all part of Coca-Cola company. It's one big company, definitely, and it's a very powerful one at that. It is very luministic. It's very big and very powerful, and that's why they're so big of a franchise. Definitely. It is just different departments in one big company that stuff comes out of. Definitely. That's all it is. So if you see sponsorships, it is that department of that company that does the sponsorships. So when you see the beer commercials, or you see all these commercials, it is coming from it comes from a different department of that company. But it all boils down to it. Before they work for those different departments, they are hired by Coca-Cola in generally when they get hired. Definitely. Even as truck drivers, they are contracted and hired by Coca-Cola. So no matter if they're driving a beer truck, Coca-Cola truck, Pepsi truck, whatever kind of fucking truck they're driving, they still work for Coca-Cola. They're just coming out. They're just a separate. They're working in a different department of the plant. That's all it is. When things get shipped out, same with the grocery store fruits. People do not understand that. Definitely on how a large franchise like that. Same with Tim Hortons. It's a big franchise. A lot of their supply comes from International Grocers, which works for Coca-Cola. International Grocers is a different department to Coca-Cola with a different stickered truck. It's still a Coca-Cola truck. It's still contracted by Coca-Cola to show up at the grocery stores or Walmart to fill those stores. So basically Coca-Cola owns everything down to a T that you buy. Everything down to your underwear, everything down to your clothing. Definitely. It just comes from different departments of the plant because, they make and provide different things in all these different departments. But it's one big rich company. Definitely. A lot of people don't see that. Me personally, I would not have the education to work for a plant like that. Definitely. But it doesn't mean that they're a bad plant. Definitely. I didn't see anybody deem Willy Wonka chocolate bars. Definitely. But you would eat a chocolate bar. And what? Because you don't like the color of it, you're not gonna buy it, you're not gonna eat it. No, yeah, that is your choice, but yeah, before you start going around and putting putting a slander judgment or slandering a big time company, really understand the different departments that people are hired for and who they really work for. Definitely. So no matter if you work in the Pepsi department of the plant, or the Gatorade department, or the Orange Juice Minute Maid department, or the clothing department, or the food shipping department, you're still working for Coca-Cola, like it or not. You are hired by Coca-Cola itself. Again, they're all different separate departments in one big company. So the main company that gives you your paycheck is Coca-Cola. No matter if you're working with liquor in the liquor store products or beer store products, before it goes to the store, it comes from Coca-Cola. A lot of people don't understand. Only thing with alcohol is an age restriction on it. That's the only difference because there's alcohol in it. But Go show you they make and produce more than you think. Definitely. Um, to make sure you get that your food that you feed your family with or whatever comes from Coca-Cola, but out of a different department. Is the only difference. But it really boils down to it. They're working for Coca-Cola. In generally, so to put that kind of, for people to get on TikTok and put a very racist stereotype like that against a company, I think you guys should research the freaking company before you open your mouth. Definitely. And generally before you start going around saying shit about them. Definitely, because I'm seeing a lot of that on TikTok, and that there is definitely not appropriate. Definitely. Especially when a big time company like that is filling our grocery stores and keeping food on your table, so you can feed your families, that kind of stuff like that. But then people have the guts to get on TikTok to make a very stereotype slander statement like that against a company, when they know it's one big company that provides worldwide, but ships from, but one big plant that has different shipping departments. That is the only difference. And yes, each shipping department has your own T-shirts, but they all work for Coca-Cola, definitely for the main plant. That kind of stuff like that. That's where people on TikTok are going totally stupid and nuts, honestly. And I can honestly say that. They don't know their ass from a garden hose. Definitely. Just wanted to clear that up. There's probably, again, a lot of TikTokers are probably kicking themselves in the ass. Definitely. But because they made a very big stereotype against Coca-Cola itself, which was not appropriate. And they did it on a public TikTok social media app, especially when all these guys that work for Coca-Cola have social media and they have TikTok, that kind of stuff like that. And they will, and I don't blame them if they stitch you and educate you and tell you that, yes, the same thing I'm telling you, it's the same company, but they're employed in different departments of that company. That's the only difference, and that's the only reason why their T-shirts are different, is because of it's the department the department of the Coca-Cola plant they work for has their own T-shirts. But it boils down to it, it's the same company. A lot of people do not see that, and definitely. All it is the trucks are all basically stickered different. That's the only difference. Same shit. Let's put it this way: if you want to call it the same shit, different label. That's all it is. Your alcohol, Coca-Cola. Same shit, different label. That's all it is. Same product, different label. Only thing they're changing around is stickers and labels. That has nothing to do with the company itself. There's employees that are employed by Coca-Cola, but they work different departments of the plant that provide stuff. A lot of people don't see that. That kind of stuff like that. So to make that kind of a stereotype statement and saying, "Oh, Coca-Cola is racist," you might as well not touch any more of their products if you're going to have that attitude on TikTok. Definitely. Because really, little do you know, you are buying from Coca-Cola. No matter when you buy your food at the grocery store, it is Coca-Cola that still ships all that food. Definitely. For them to sell it to you. Yeah, you may see an international groceries truck or a Costco truck, but they still all work for Coca-Cola. It is a different department of the plant. that hires them. But the main plant they work for is Coca-Cola. But again, they're separate departments in one big company. Yes, they have the grocery market stores to sell the products out of. Well, but when it comes down to the plant, there is separate departments that people are employed in. That is the only difference, and all they're doing is changing stickers around on a truck. Definitely. Again, it is the same company, but the trucks are all only difference is they're all stickered differently. But they really boils down to it. They really work for Coca-Cola. That's what I said. When you host like service clubs, when they want to host a fashion show or whatever, like Optimist, and then they decide to kind of rent, they have their own. But if they wanted to rent, fridges or whatever, to get the fridge delivered to them for the weekend, they have to call Coca-Cola to get it. And Coca-Cola goes to a different department of the plant, which is there's a Pepsi department of the Coca-Cola plant, which is Pepsi Cola, which is still Coca-Cola. It's only the difference is that department just has your sticker on it. It's the same stuff, but different. But it's the same company, but different department of the company. That's all it is. Like I know, when I was a teenager, I drove for Dickie D ice cream. How many times have Dickie D disappeared and came back, but under different stickers, same company. Only thing that changed was the sticker. It was always the same company. It was still Dickie D ice cream. No matter if they come out with Polar ice cream stickers, it was still Dickie D ice cream. No matter if they restickered the bikes and put Nestle's on it, it is still Dickie D ice cream. It's the same company. Only thing is they're doing is changing stickers around. It's a different department of a big franchise company. A lot of people, that's where they fool you, indefinitely. But just giving you guys quotations on that before you guys get on TikTok and start making a big trend out of something you don't know nothing about. Because I see too much of that with people, definitely, and they don't understand how this world works in that department. But at least, stop the stereotyping and be grateful that they're providing you the stores for you to buy food from to feed your families, definitely. Because, like I said, Coca-Cola is a big time company. It's one big company. The only different shipping departments. That's all they are, and they own everything. They own everything, right down to your alcohols, your liquors, everything. All the food that comes from the farms that get produced through their factory, it all goes to one big factory, and it all goes to Coca-Cola. And then they have an international grocers department in Coca-Cola Fruits that sticker their own trucks. That's the only difference. It is that particular department of Coca-Cola itself. Only thing is the trucks are all stickered differently. It has nothing to do with the company. It has nothing to do with Coca-Cola company itself. It's one big company, but separate departments. Sorry if I sound like I'm contradicting myself. I'm really not. But yes, they're not separate companies, guys. It's one company, really, if you look at it, and it's just different departments. I learned that the hard way myself. When I was on a job placement at Northmore Distribution, because I thought it was another company. When the Pepsi truck came in, and I was talking to the Pepsi delivery guy, and I said, "Are you guys?" I was curious one time. I said, "Oh, are you?" Again, because you've seen the Coca-Cola truck and the Pepsi truck, and I said to the guy, I said, "Oh, Pepsi." I said, "Oh, a different company?" He said, "No, same company, still Coca-Cola, different department." It's just individual shipping departments of one big plant. So, I just wanted to clarify that, guys. Definitely. There's no independent companies. It is just one big company that has different that employs different departments, or has different shipping departments. But Coca-Cola brews everything, same everything down to your coffees. That even your Timmy's coffee, Timmy's goes through to get it actually brewed from. Or the bag ground Timmy's coffees all come from Coca-Cola. Definitely. When it comes down to the plant end of it, that kind of stuff. So technically, they own everything. Everything down to your restaurants. So, they're just different. They're just different departments. Definitely, guys. Those that work in a plant or a factory should know this. Definitely. If you know how your plant is all set up. Definitely. I've never myself, since Northmar, in Peterborough, when I was growing up there and when I was in high school, I was on a job placement there in Domino's. I've never went and got in with another big time distribution plant or company to do inventory or to work in, or even to clean the floors in. But yeah, all their billing, all the plant, all the distribution plant. When the truckers bill you, just to drop off your supplies or the contract bill that they give you, that you sign for the stuff for your store, all says Coca-Cola all over it. And it has a list of your orders that you ordered for the store. So it'll at the top, it'll say Coca-Cola Foods, and it says, okay, it'll give you a list, give the store managers a list on what they're stocking them up with that they got to pay for to get it delivered to the grocery store to begin with, so that they can sell it. It'll say, okay, there is a large order of so many orders of ground beef, pork chops, chicken, hot dogs, pizza supplies, canned goods, everything down to your pops and chips. It says Coca-Cola pop, Dr. Pepper, ginger ale. They give you a list. They give the stores a list on what they're delivering, and it all comes out of Coca-Cola plant itself, the main company. But the company has different departments that they get it from. Definitely, and that when they ship it out to the stores and that to fill the stores and fill the restaurants, definitely. Now, like I said, the same with the restaurants. If you go and ask for Coca-Cola in a restaurant and they say, "Oh, soy, would Pepsi be okay?" It is still Coca-Cola, but it is they've ordered from another department of Coca-Cola. That's all they've done. But it's the same company that they get the stuff from, that ships to them. That's all it is. Definitely. So it is still Coca-Cola, but it is just another department that people work for of Coca-Cola plant. That is the only difference. And generally, and it's just only thing is it just doesn't have all the acid in it. Definitely, that's the only difference. It's just made a little bit more weaker, but still has the same flavor, still has the same taste, same syrup, same sugar, same caffeine. And only thing is the can design's different. That's the only difference. So you have your main Coca-Cola plant. You have all your different food departments of Coca-Cola. You have an international groceries department of Coca-Cola, which is Coke Foods. And they're all different. They're all different departments, guys, of one big company. And they all really boils down to it. They work for Coca-Cola. Definitely. So there's a lot of things you guys did not know about. If you didn't already know that, I don't know what's going on with my phone. Oh, here we go. It's kind of stopping and starting. But I just wanted to share that, guys. I know there's a lot of people that, putting out very strong stereotypes, or using this pandemic during these times, put out very quick stereotypes on stuff where they shouldn't be. Definitely, I know I've been hearing that. Definitely. But yeah, I know, because like I know I even when I was 19 years of age, I learned the hard way, because when my placement was up at Northmar, I was wanting to apply with Coke Foods, and that's when when I went, I didn't make it through the interview, but because I couldn't pass the exam test for it. But that's when the employer told me, he said even then, he said, it's one big company. People are hired for different departments of the company. That Pepsi and all these international grocers all work for Coca-Cola. They're just shipped from different shipping departments. That's all it is. But it boils down to it. No matter what department you work for, you still work for Coca-Cola. Definitely. That's when he explained how they were all set up, and that's why I learned the hard way, because I thought myself at one time that they were all separate individual companies. He said, no, it's one big company, different shipping departments. That's all it is. So no matter what department, if you were to get hired in, you're still working for Coca-Cola. Your paycheck comes from Coca-Cola, not that individual department of the plant. And the people I get hired for that, definitely. That's how they work. But yeah, and then nowadays, to hear that big stereotype, that kind of threw me off the edge when I heard that one. But yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles and rolls out of the bag. Definitely. And yes, each department has design their own or make their own commercials, everything else like that. But I just wanted to share that, guys, with you if you guys didn't know that. But again, off that topic, guys, because I know there's a lot of TikTokers are probably shitting their drawers now to hear this, which is the truth. But the hidden secrets of it all, definitely. But yes, their labels have nothing to do with skin color. I don't know why people are making that a stereotype. Definitely. I think people that do that are just being total pricks. Honestly, I want my opinion of it all. And really, if it boils down to it, they're the actual ones that are putting out the racist stereotype, not the company itself. It's just the individual people just don't like the color of the pop, making a big deal out of it. That's all it is. Is they're stereotyping. They're paparazzi is it. Is all they're doing. Definitely. They're making a good company look terrible and look bad. That's all it is. And that's they have to stereotype everything. Definitely. I don't know why they do that. Definitely. I probably, if I was an owner of a big time company like that myself, and I seen that on that kind of a trend going around on TikTok, yes, I'd probably hunt you down and come after you for that stereotype statement type, for saying shit like that. I wouldn't. I do the same thing they do. I wouldn't blame them for losing my cool over here. Definitely. I think any company would have the right to do that. I'll tell you. if you really look at it. But yeah, I'm just combing my hair back. This is what I said. It is in a way. It's not funny, or in some ways, yes. I look back at it, it does make me chuckle a bit. I can admit that, but that's the first time I've ever heard a stereotype like that. Like that. That is just terrible. Definitely just terrible. Um, you know. It's just people. Just people. Just looking for to gossip about or to talk shit about. They know nothing about. And that's why businesses don't survive. Is because of people like that have to ruin it for other people. Because they got a stereotype or they have to slander a company that they know nothing of, definitely, or make a big deal, or make the transport, trucking, and shipping departments look bad. That kind of stuff that works for that particular company. And that, guys, is totally not right, especially when these truckers are going out of their way, working 24 hours a day to keep the stores filled up because of panic buyers that have to panic and clean out the whole entire shelves. They're running around the clock 24 hours, 48 hours a day. They just get down the highway. They get dispatched again to pick up another load because the store has gone empty within 2 seconds. Like, that is crazy. So, they don't see Christmas. They don't get their holidays. They don't get to be with their families because they're running around the clock to keep the stores stocked up so people can buy supplies to feed their family. Definitely, because the stores can't keep nothing in the stores because of the panic buyers. Definitely. They have to clean everything out. And half of them can't even eat properly because they can't get into a truck stop. And they go from town to town. They can't even get to a Tim Hortons or a McDonald's drive-through because the trucks don't fit. And definitely, and the stores will, if they follow the number, the stores will not take their stuff out to them. Definitely. And then because they don't have a car, they can't go through the drive-through. There's no other way for them to make a truck stop. Definitely. So they can eat a proper meal. They have to eat mold, like drink cold thermos coffee or eat moldy sandwiches. They don't eat properly because they're too busy filling the stores because panic buyers like to clean the place out. And just because they can't fit through the drive-through to order anything, they're eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, eat welfare sandwiches, or they're eating green moldy or Irish sandwiches, we'll put it, and literally at risk of making themselves sick just to keep our stores filled. Definitely, to do their job. I know a lot. I know a lot of big time shipping truckers that have said too. It'd be nice if they can renovate the drive-throughs so the trucks can fit through them. But the stores don't want to do that. And definitely, so there goes your good paying customers right there down the toilet, because you're not equipped in your drive-through. So a transport truck can fit through it like any other vehicle. You're not widening it or willing to make an effort to pay to renovate that drive-through to make it take it up from a 2-lane or they've taken it up. Fires have taken it up is from a 1 lane to a 2 lane. You know, even stretch out if they have to buy excess property beside them to stretch out, widen up the drive-through itself, so that way you can get transport trucks through there. So that way they can order stuff while they're working or whatever. You know, make it equipped for them to go through like any other vehicle. Or they have no choice but to walk up to their window. But they get denied because why? They're not in their car. And the big rig trucks do not fit the drive-through. And definitely that is a big issue. Basically, I'm not, again, don't want to get into politics, but basically our prime minister is not looking at, definitely, is the drive-through itself, yes, is actually chauvinistic because it's only designed for cars. Transport trucks and buses can't get through there. And they're well-paying customers, just like the people in the cars are. Definitely. And should have the same right to use the drive-through to buy their coffee or buy their meals, just like the other, like the little cars do. You know, they gotta learn to renovate stuff so they can equip it for everybody to get through there, so everybody can fit equally. You know, but yes, they just choose not to do that, definitely, because yes, it's a very expensive project to do it. And generally, so that way to make everybody happy, that kind of stuff, and make the transport truckers happy, widen the fucking drive-through. It's not a big deal. You know, you've got to, you know, you pay like you're leasing or paying for mortgage for land. If you have to buy up to widen it, buy up another empty lot next to it if it's not being used. Take out another, instead of having 5 parking lots right next to each other, take 2 of those parking lots out and widen the drive-through so you can fit transport trucks through the drive-through. Definitely. It's not rocket science. It's a very easy thing to do. I know it is a costly. I know with construction, everything's on contract. Everything is expensive. Definitely to do it, that kind of a renovation. But the transport truckers are bitching and complaining because, you know, they can't buy from McDonald's or Tim Hortons because you don't fit in the fucking drive-through. Definitely. You know, and they're not a type of people, even if it gets back to letting so many people at times sitting down in a diner or whatever, they're not a type of people that will go in and sit down in a fucking diner. Not majority of them anyways. There's very few that do, but a lot of them don't because they're too busy. They don't have the time. They want their shit ready to go. You know, they want access to the drive-through because the truck stops. Yes, there's truck stops. Now, if you're a town like I am that doesn't have a truck stop, you know, they can't get through the drive-throughs. And they're good paying customers and they want to buy their coffee. They want to buy their meals to go. You know, they're in a hurry. But the drive-through is not equipped to let them through, especially if you're in a time like this where everything is still drive through and takeout. Definitely again, you know, more or less they're mainly going to want to use the drive-through because it's quicker. They don't want to stand in a large lineup. And definitely because their time is being wasted by the time they get to the counter to walk through, because their time is being wasted, definitely, and they're on a strict time schedule because they got to get deliveries go from this town to that town to this town and to that town. They're on a strict on a strict schedule. And I can see their frustration, but yet they can't use the drive-through like everybody else because the trucks don't fit, definitely, or the buses don't fit if they're on a lunch break. Now the minivan buses do, but the big buses, or even if you're in a city, like you make it equipped so even a city bus can get through there if they have to. Because they're on the road, they want to grab buy their supper on the go or something like that, but they don't fit to the fucking drive-through. This is fucking nuts, definitely. Sorry to put it that way. And there's no number for them to call to be sure to call it. And if they find out the number and they call and try to order by phone, the waitresses don't want to bring it out to them. They want to waste their time and say, "Well, you can come in and pick it up." Just because you're complaining because it can't fit through the drive-through. Definitely, this is what I said. Like that's an issue that really needs to be looked at, and with the transport truckers itself, and be totally worked out, definitely. So they're not sitting in the parking lot eating their peanut butter moldy Irish sandwiches. Definitely. Green sandwiches. So that way they can get that way they can fit, there comes a time, a generation or a decade where they all of a sudden can start fitting through the drive-through to get what they need. Definitely. Or be delivered or be delivered out or to have their stuff delivered out to the truck to them, definitely. Instead of these places wasting their time, or making them stand in a friggin' lineup, definitely. When it's putting them behind schedule and everything else like that. That's just my pet peeve on that. They say they cannot renovate the drive-throughs because of code or whatever. Now there's some cities like Toronto has done it. Toronto basically and Ottawa are the only two communities right now, city communities right now, that have actually renovated the drive-through so a transport truck can fit through, and buses can fit through. Any other places, yes, they won't do it, and they're just being arrogant. They can get support, government support to do it, because it is biggest need for their business or whatever. But but the big time cities like Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal has done it. Like where my cousin lives in Montreal, Quebec, city buses, you see them going through the McDonald's drive-through every day, a full-size city bus, or a school bus or a coach line bus driver going through, because they can fit, because the province does it because they don't want to lose the customer tell of those truckers or bus drivers. Definitely. Because it keeps them in business. It keeps their business flowing. Definitely. And they went out of their way to renovate their establishment so that way they can fit to the drive-through. Why can't Ontario do the same thing? Some places out west in Saskatchewan has done it. We're the only province that's too arrogant to do it, and don't want to do it. But everywhere else in the world, or even down in the States, have done it. To equip it for everybody. So while they're working, they can use the drive-through just like everybody else. A truck or a bus is still a vehicle, but if the drive-through is too small, it's looking at, and we go back into archaeology and teching. My words are mixed up today, definitely. But yeah, guys, I'm just YouTube live right now, definitely. But yeah, That's basically we're the only province that does not do that for the truckers or the bus drivers, or the transport rigs, because we have arrogant business people that are just rude and arrogant to go out of their way to do that, to spend that kind of money to do it. But where you have like bigger cities like Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec, their places have done it, and they've done it to the construction code, definitely. So everybody can fit through it. So, I mean, so far Ontario is the only province that refuses to renovate the drive-throughs, definitely. So as long as they don't want to renovate the drive-throughs, then you're not getting no business from the transport truckers. Basically, they're refusing to buy from you because they don't fit through the drive-through, and they're being refused service because they don't fit to they have to walk up to the window, especially during these times. They have to walk up to the window to order their stuff, and they get refused because they're not in a vehicle, because their vehicle don't fit to the drive-through, or they would be. A transport truck is a drive-through. A transport truck is a vehicle. But if it don't fit, or they got to get out of the bus, they got to walk up to the window, they shouldn't be denied service because they walk up to the window. It's just probably because their vehicle don't fit to the drive-through, because the business itself is not equipping or renovating the drive-through to fit their needs, or to equip their kind of a vehicle, definitely, to fit through. Like other places have gone out of their way and done it. It can be done. It's not saying it cannot be done. It's up to that individual store to on their head management to make it happen. To pay to get to enlarge their drive-through, so that way they can get good. So they can get a coach line bus through there. So they can get a transport truck through there. They can order like everybody else from their vehicle, and get things to go. But as long as they don't fit, they gotta go. They gotta stand in a lineup to do the walkthrough, and their time is being wasted because of that. So then they have no choice. But then the next city or town they go to, they got to go to what you call a very expensive truck stop if they want anything half decent, where their trucks do fit. That's not right. They're like everybody else. They try to save money. But yeah, that is my pet peeve. A lot of people ask me if I have pet peeves. That's my pet peeve on that one. Another topic that I wanted to share on here too as well. If I got TikTokers' attentions on here that are are TikTokers, there's another thing going around on TikTok. People are asking very personal questions. Related to their gender, related to their pronouns. Those are inappropriate questions to be asking the host of that live stream. That is the individual's choice if they want to share that information on live or not. They really don't have to, because it violates their personal human being, their personal human rights. Definitely. By asking those. I know I'm getting a lot of that. Even on TikTok, I'm getting a lot of that, and it's pissing me off. Totally. Or they're asking you, oh, are you a boy or are you a girl? Okay? And none of your business who is who or what is what. People, and I'm not the only one that's getting all these personalized questions. Other people are getting it too as well, and they're getting just as pissed off and ticked off. Definitely. People are getting too friggin' asking too many personal. When they write down in the comments, they're getting too fucking personal. Definitely. And they're asking third party. They're putting down third party comments. And when you tell them that not everybody's going to share that, and they don't have to, they get rude with you. They start harassing, or they start mouthing off in the comments section. Indefinitely. They literally troll, and they'll cyberbully. Definitely. Because they're demanding and telling the host what to do, how to do their live streams, everything else like that. They're getting mouthy because they don't get their own way. They're getting bossy, everything else like that, like little controlling. And those are the kind of people that TikTok lets them have a friggin' account. And definitely, us half decent people that are positive people get shut off. Very rudely, and very arrogantly, when we're not doing anything wrong, just because we're positive people, and we're putting our foot down, saying, "Hey, look, you are not allowed to ask these kind of questions. These kind of questions do not concern you. They're none of your fucking business." Definitely. Basically, the platform of TikTok is only supposed to be designed so people can get out, can get on there, get on an app, to do with stuff like this. They like theater, or live theater, live performing and arts, musical arts, that kind of stuff like that, to enjoy themselves. To lip sync to their favorite song artist or comedian or whatever. And we work hard to earn our way to go live. Now, guys, I'm paying. I pay money to my internet provider to have TikTok. It definitely. I know some people are jumping on there for free, like you do YouTube or Facebook. But in some areas, we don't get these services free. We have to pay for them, and not to use them. So technically, when my internet bill comes in, I have to pay for every platform I use. Even though I have unlimited usage, I pay for these platforms. I pay money out to an internet company to be on these platforms. It means I don't get paid to be on here. I pay somebody to be on here, a company to be on here, that provides my internet. Definitely. And I don't pay into that to put up with rudeness or put up with disrespectful, arrogant, or people that want to cyberbully. Indefinitely. Or have to be obligated to answer retarded questions. And after I'm done explaining why it's up to the individual person, like myself, if they want to share their pronouns or not, they don't have to. It is our personal right. They get pissed off, they get mad, and they ban your account. They spam you, or they shut you off because they don't like being told off or confronted. Or be put in their place. They don't like it. And definitely they get pissed off, and they attack your account. And they make false reports. This is what people are getting pissed off at, and it's people like us that are innocent people and are not doing anything wrong that are getting targeted and hit. But all the troublemakers on there are not being touched. That is where TikTok company itself is in violation of their own freaking contract. And manipulating everything that they wrote out that we're not keeping to. Definitely. That is another thing I wanted to point out. So if you guys are talking, if you see, even if you know the person, or even if you don't know the person that's live, when you're on there, you're talking to somebody that's on live on TikTok, no matter what platform, YouTube, Facebook. When you comment in the section, watch your comments that you're writing, because they do go public. They're read off publicly. and the possibility you could be called out for what you said in a written comment if the written comment is not appropriate, or if it is a violation to a person's human personal right. And definitely. So there's just some things, guys, you just don't say to a person when they're live, or don't ask them. I know some questions you can ask. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. I'm not saying that. Just watch the kind of questions you're asking. That it's not questions related to their gender or related to their pronouns. It's up to the individual host if they want to share that information, or they choose to share that with you or not. They really don't have to. You cannot enforce that. And another thing, when you're on somebody's platform, don't push religion. I'm seeing too much of that on TikTok in the comment section. Nobody, like I said, it is a type of thing that on these platforms, it is basically kept on to respect, because the fact that the internet is now stretches worldwide. And all around the world, there's different denominations, there's different cultures, there's different religions. Not everybody believes the same thing that Christianity does. Everybody has their different beliefs. Everybody has their different faiths. Some people are atheists. Some people are heathenists. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people are Muslim. There's nothing wrong with that. So in a mixed platform of mixed people, do not push Christianity at all. That is a big no-no. Especially, I know it is a big habit that a lot of people have, what's going on in the world. Like I said, I respect what's going on and where people taking a stance, that kind of stuff. I'm not against the BLM movement, whatever. The only reason why I say no politics is because religion and politics will start a violent domestic fight online in the comment section, because people have different opinions. And to avoid that, I do not want those conversations, people starting those kind of conversations in my comment section. And then I will have no choice but to block or remove you. But again, like I said, it is, I'm not against the Black Lives Matter movement. I'm not, not saying I don't support it. I'm just saying, for safety purposes, people's differences and different opinions, I do not want violent domestic arguments, fights breaking out in the comment section. This is why I say for people not to talk religion and talk politics in the comment section, or enforce their religious belief on people in the comment section, because it will start a violent fight with other commenters, because their feelings or opinions are all different. For safety purposes, and people on TikTok do not listen at all. Every time I tell them not to do something, the same fucking question comes up 5 fucking times. That's what pisses us fucking off. Totally. Definitely. When you are told not to keep asking the same question, it means don't keep asking the same questions. Or they turn around and they write something rude and say, oh, well, you're this, you're that. That is just getting rude. The reason is because we do not want a fight breaking out in the comment section, which will happen. And it gets very uncontrollable, and it is a problem with cybersecurity, internet security itself. That's what they mean by community violations in terms of conditions. Indefinitely when you're hosting a live stream. Indefinitely, whatever you want to say in your own video, that is fine. Or allowing your own comments on your own comment bar, on your own channel, that is fine. But when you go into someone else's live stream, like mine or whatever, don't write those comments in the comment bar section, because that all goes public. And then not only does it go public, it goes worldwide. So everybody is reading what you write. Not like I said, when I go live, I'm live all over the world. I might be at home here in Ontario, Canada, but my video is going live, and it goes live in every country around the world, even through the Middle East. Everybody can see me live right now in China. They can see me live in Ireland, Scotland, England, Britain, Germany, Russia. You'd be surprised how far TikTok goes. Belgium, Romania, Transylvania. It goes way the fuck out, definitely. And in some parts of the world, is communist, and definitely so. Especially when it comes down to writing in the comment section about pushing your Christianity belief, don't, because it's an endangerment, because some parts of the world is controlled by a communist government. That's why I'm glad that, yeah. That's why I'm grateful. I hope Canada and the U.S. is not getting too communist, but it's getting communist in its own way. And we're not meant to be communist countries. But there is actual communist countries like Russia and Germany, guys, that do have internet, and they do follow people's live streams, or they follow mine. So definitely, guys, give you guys a bit of future tip. Watch what the hell you're saying in the comment section when you write them down. Because everybody, whatever you post a comment on my video, everybody sees that, definitely. You don't want to do anything that is going to put yourself in very harm or threatening ways, definitely. I know. Oh, my I'm just resetting my tablet, that kind of stuff like that. Hey babies. Lily's behind me, but yeah, I just wanted to share that, guys, with you guys. I'm not trying to sound harsh or whatever. Like even missionaries, when they were allowed to go overseas, there is certain things they could say and cannot say and do, without being persecuted or murdered. That their lives are at risk, because when they enter into a communist country. And definitely, so it is no different with the internet. Where your video goes worldwide, definitely you want to watch definitely what you're writing down in the comment bars, on the comment board, definitely, because they all can read it. Anything that's posted. I'm not the only one reading it. It means everybody publicly is reading. It comes right across the screen. Once you comment down below in the comment bar, it's not private. Everybody can see what comes right across your screen. Other viewers. So it doesn't matter where they are in the world, guys. They know exactly who's saying what in the comment bar, and they know you by your account names, definitely. And all they need is your account name or your TikTok account name, and then they got your real name, because they search and research you, and they stalk and they hack you. This is why I said, guys, always be careful when it comes down to the shindig. Definitely. This, so basically, like I said, it is internet. It is worldwide. Definitely. A lot of people don't believe or think to go worldwide when they make a video. Yes, they do. You'd be surprised who sees you. That kind of stuff like that. So, like I said, guys, so there's some helpful tips on that one. My phone's taking a sweet ass time. Tablet phone taking a sweet ass time to reset, definitely. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. Again, I'm not trying to be harsh or whatever. Some people may think I'm sounding harsh, or I've got sometimes you may think I have a harsh voice. I'm not trying to have a harsh voice. Just to get my message out loud and clear. Definitely, when you guys comment to a video, either if I'm on TikTok, YouTube, or Facebook, when you guys leave a comment in the comment section, watch your fingers. That's related to, I can't say your mouth, it's your fingers doing the fucking talking. Definitely. what you're typing. Don't go finger happy. Definitely with the key panel board. And that kind of thing, because whatever you write, guys, it is shown publicly on the screen, definitely. And everybody worldwide sees it, definitely, and they see what you write. So that's why I say, guys, you always want to be careful at all times on what you're writing. Definitely at that. You know, I was going to go TikTok live, but I can't because, like I said, my camera's down. It's not working. I don't know what's with that. I've reset my phone, like my phone tablet 5 times. My camera's not working. Definitely. It comes through now and then. So definitely I'm kind of relying back to YouTube. So making a YouTube video. And definitely, I know there's a lot of TikTokers on YouTube. They're on Instagram as well. Definitely. Now, some will agree with what I'm telling you guys. Some won't. I'm not expecting everybody to agree because we're in a society where we're allowed to agree and disagree. But there will be ones out there that probably will agree with what I'm saying. Definitely. More of a safety tip than anything. You know, there's a couple times, guys, like. You know, I love having my Jack Daniels. That kind of stuff like that when I can buy it or whatever. Again, it can be quite expensive or rum, whatever. Or the different colored beers at times. That's why my shows, guys, are all now 19, 18 plus, definitely. It is a no minor kid zone. Now, just so everybody knows, okay, you may not believe this, but in the province of Ontario, if you are under the age of 19 years of age, under the drinking age, you can't drink till you're 19 years of age. You can't drink alcohol till you're 19 years of age. Stupid that you can buy cigarettes and smoke under the age of 19 at 18, but you can't drink alcohol until you're 19. The reason is because apparently they have deemed anybody under the age of 19 as being, no matter if you're 18 years of age, you're not 19 yet. If you're 18 years of age, you're not even 19 yet. You're still a minor, according to the government. You're under the drinking age. But the funny thing is, people can gamble at 18. If they can't drink till they're 19, then the government needs to make it all equal and say, you know what? Because if you're under 19 years of age, you're under the drinking age, you're a minor, that's it, you're a minor. You should not be allowed to gamble in a casino under the age of 19. Not even at the age of 18, or buy lottery tickets at the age of 18, or be allowed to smoke at 18, because you're deemed by the government under the drinking age as being a minor. Definitely, they have to make that kind of totally clear. They have to change that law and make that totally clear. Even if our prime minister is listening to this, definitely, because if people cannot drink till they're 19 years of age, now I'm 40, if the drinking age says you cannot drink, buy or purchase alcohol till you're 19 years of age with age of majority, then you should not be allowed to gamble or smoke at the age of 18 because you're still considered a minor, according to the drinking laws. So the gambling laws, soy has to legally change the same as the drinking age. So it has to be definitely 19 for everything, 19 plus for everything and up. It's not fair to keep it as that way. So if you're not going to allow, if our federal government is I don't know, saying no, different provinces are all at a provincial level is different. If people at 18 years of age, and like I said, I'm 40, I was born in 1980, people are, if you are an 18-year-old person, does not legally make you an adult. It should be that you're legally not an adult till you're 19 years of age. That's where that law needs to change. For everything, 19 for everything, 19 to smoke marijuana, 19 to smoke in generally. 19 to vape. Those that do that. Same as the drinking age has to stay the same as the gambling age has to be. Everything has to be changed to 19 years old because 18 is still too young because they can't go into a bar at 18 years of age. So if they can't go into a bar at 18 years of age, they should not be in a casino gambling at 18 years of age. Because according to the government, drinking alcohol age is 19 years of age. So if they're 18 years of age, they should not be allowed to do partake in any of the other stuff until they're 19 years old. And definitely for everything, that is everything to do with gambling, everything to do with drinking. Now drinking is already 19, so it should be stayed the same for the gambling age. Should change to 19 years of age. I agree, anyways. Would be my opinion on that one because you can't drink alcohol till you're 19. If people cannot drink alcohol under the age of 19 because they're considered a minor at 18, they should not be allowed to gamble at 18 until they're 19. It has to stay the same. It cannot contradict like that. And casinos need to really push that with the government. Needs to really push that with whoever our prime minister is now, Trudeau. And really push that and say, look, if the person is 18 years of age, they should not be in a casino gambling because they can't go into a bar until they're 19. They have to keep it the same. They cannot manipulate or contradict that way. And they need to notarize that with our governments and with our police services that if you're 18, you're caught in a casino, you can be removed because you cannot go into a bar till you're 19. So if you can't go into a bar till you're 19, you should not be purchasing lottery tickets even at the age of 18 because you're still classified as a minor. Definitely. You're not quite an adult yet. And definitely, you're not age of majority. Age of majority activities involves gambling, lottery tickets, and should all remain at the age of 19 and up for everything to do with that kind of alcohol gaming. Definitely, because you can't even get an alcohol gaming commission license till you're 19 years of age. So technically, if you're 18 and going into a casino, you should be recognized as a minor and not be allowed in there because it's just like going into a bar. Definitely underage. I agree with that if they're going to change that. Definitely. Or if they're going to higher the age to 21 or 25, that would be a better move. And make sure it is notarized and legalized by any courts that the gambling age and drinking age activity is all the same above 19 years of age, or 19 and up. Definitely. Same with the smoking age. Definitely has to start at 19. It cannot be separate the way it's been designed in our Constitution, because the bars will see an 18-year-old person as being a minor. Definitely. They're not legally allowed to touch alcohol till they're 19 years of age. So if they're 18, they shouldn't be allowed to touch gambling, to gamble in a bingo hall at 18. They shouldn't be allowed to buy lottery tickets at 18. Stores should not be allowed to sell any lottery material to anybody under the age of 18, under the age of 19. Sorry, not even allowed to sell cigarettes to people under the age of 19. Definitely. That even means if you're 18, you should not be allowed to buy cigarettes at all until you're 19. They need to make that clear. They need to change that and make that totally clear. So that law is totally sealed and totally changed. Even if they want to up it age to 21 or 25. That is, I think personally, that is a better move. Definitely. On that. And be handling and be notarized for that. have that notarized, definitely, with any federal courts or provincial courts. I agree that that's the way it should be. So if the bars considers people at the age of 18 as being a minor, so the casinos should be the same way. The stores that have lottery licenses should refuse to sell 18-year-olds lottery tickets or bingo tickets. They should make it a law that 19 and up for even gambling materials. Like gambling tickets or lottery tickets, that everything has to be 19 and above in that department. Everything to do with the gambling, just like it is with the alcohol, it has to be the same. Same with what you call cannabis, weed, or marijuana. They're not allowed to consume it or have it or touch it or buy it till they're 19 years of age. Same with the alcohol. Age law has to be equal. It has to legally be equal. It cannot be separate like that. Because the bars won't serve anybody under the age of 19. That means they won't even serve an 18-year-old person. 18-year-old person, they will consider that 18-year-old as being a minor. And will not take them as being an adult, mature adult. Definitely. That's what I said. Like I said, I grew up. I was born 1980. I grew up in the 1990s. I'm 40 years of age now. That kind of stuff like that. But I think definitely, guys, if you guys are gonna make a law, make it equal. Don't make it unequal. Because that's where the 18-year-olds think, hey, they can do whatever they want. Because the alcohol laws says 19. How come the gambling laws are not starting at 19? Requirement. Age, the proper age for gambling rights to go and gamble in a casino. How come they're not enforcing it to be 19 and up? Like I said, because you can be 18, like the person can be 18 to smoke or whatever, to gamble, but they can't drink till they're 19 years old, until they're 19 years of age, or they're seen as a minor in the bar perspective of things. So it's got to be the same. It's got to be this. Our government's got to really wake the fuck up and keep shit the same. They need to keep that law the same. They need to refuse gambling services to anybody under the age of 19. They need to make that a law that is just like the alcohol. They're not allowed to gamble till they're 19 years old. And they're not allowed to buy cigarettes till they're 19. Or stores are not to sell them under the age of 19. I think they've already done that, but I don't think they pushed it because there's still 18-year-old people out there getting their hands buying cigarettes. You see it every day in Toronto or whatever. And definitely they really need to really crap the whip and really raise everything. So if they have already started to do that, same with the gambling lottery tickets. Don't sell to anybody under the age of 19 years of age. 18 is still too young because they can't drink alcohol at 18, so they shouldn't be gambling at 18. Definitely. It's the casinos and the really protective gaming license. They really need to really take that into consideration, keep that and actually say, you know what, 19 for everything, gambling and alcohol. Definitely. No 18 being still too young. Definitely. Still being considered as a minor. Definitely, because they can't drink till they're 19 years old. The gambling's got to be the same way. Same when it comes down to cigarettes. Like they can smoke at 18, but they can't drink till they're 19. It's stupid. Definitely, it's not equal, and that's what they're talking about. Laws being equal. Definitely. And also, too, I'm not saying it'll help correct society in generally, but yeah, the gambling laws should come out to be the same as the drinking laws, definitely. So if they can't drink alcohol at 18, they shouldn't be allowed into a fucking casino at 18 years of age, until they're 19, definitely. Same with being allowed cigarettes or whatever till they're 19 years old. Definitely, they got to get strict on that, totally. And like I said, I think that there is a better way to do things, definitely. And that kind of stuff like that. Like, if you're going to restrict the age, make it 19 for any adult activity like gambling, smoking weed, marijuana, vaping, whatever people do. That all the age requirement for that kind of activity is 19 and up. Definitely. Same with the casinos, 19 and up. None of this 18-year-old shit going into casinos that we've been seeing for years. That needs to change. If they feel it's necessary to up the age to 21 or 25, be it. Totally. That's an even better move, definitely, in that kind of department. So that way everything, all our laws are equal. Definitely when it comes down to the LCBO laws, the gambling laws should be the same as the LCBO laws. Nobody doing anything till they're 19 years of age. That means anything to do with gambling till they're 19. They got to make it an equal law, not a dictation law. Definitely. And not that kind of thing. Someday they're going to thank me for suggesting this, but it's the safest way to go. Definitely. If you guys are looking for my opinion, since nobody likes my opinion, I always get told to shut the fuck up. I'm used to it. But yes, I personally, if you are going to have strict drinking laws that you can't drink till you're 19, because we always had that here in Ontario, then gambling should be the same thing. Nobody should be allowed to gamble until they're 19 years old. That means 18 is still too young. Because gambling is no different than drinking alcohol. Definitely. It's husband and wife. It goes together. But yeah. That's what I can say. But yeah, that's all I can suggest, guys. Definitely. I know there's a lot of 18-year-olds are probably gonna fucking hate me for saying this, but definitely, if the bars see an 18-year-old person as a minor, the casinos should be saying the same thing. Don't come back here till you're 19. You're still too young. Definitely. Like, the laws have to change because this 18-year-old shit, doesn't match the drinking laws. And 9/10 of casinos is a drinking establishment. So they have to make it equal that 18-year-olds are still too young to be gambling in a casino. It all should be 19 and up. Definitely. I agree anyways. There's over 18-year-olds that probably gonna get pissed off at me for saying this. and get angry, but well, tough fucking TD. But definitely, it's got to match. Definitely, I agree. It's got to match. Definitely. If you want my opinion on all that, can you get the phone? Because I'm not a secretary. But yeah.
Hello?
That's my opinion on that, anyways. But
just cooking something. What are you doing?
if they take my advice, they take my advice. Probably 2 years before they'll say, "Hey, there's an idea."
Oh, 202, okay.
Okay. And that, since we're in times where everything's changing so quickly, here's a good time to pick up on what I'm saying.
Tim's? No. 202, okay. I probably made a mistake.
But yeah, I just wanted to share that, guys. Definitely. This is where our system is unequal, and it shouldn't be. Definitely.
Okay.
Personally, I think there was this mistake that was made somewhere. Definitely when those laws were passed. Definitely, because originally it should have been 19 for gambling and for drinking alcohol. And definitely, it should have never. It should have never been 18 years of age for gambling and smoking. All that should have been 19. I think it is. I think it has already changed. I think it is 19 to purchase. That slowly changing or being worked on, or changing. But the gambling end of it definitely has to change as well. The gambling department has to change to 19 as well. And definitely. I think, anyways, 19 and older. But yeah, I'm not trying to be a prick.
Sorry about the phone.
That's okay. Because I used to be one. No, just kidding. But yeah, no, this is what I'm saying, guys. Definitely, those laws are going to have to stay equal. Definitely. Because if people can't drink till they're 19, they shouldn't be allowed in a casino till they're 19.
True. I agree.
This is fucking retarded. Totally. If the bars say that you're a minor at 18, the casino should be saying the same thing. And definitely, I know the cigarettes are changing. I think I know that has changed to 19 to purchase, but that's slowly changing. But the gambling department has got to get stricter to itself. I know it's here. But yeah. So I think even if our prime minister is listening to this, I think it's something to really discuss with your council, or even if Doug Ford's listening to this, to discuss with your council, more or less, that the gambling age has got to be the same as the drinking age, 19 and above. Nobody in the casino is at 18 years of age. It's got to stay to the drinking age. Definitely. Because what goes on in a casino is there's still drinking that goes on in a casino. It's still a licensed bar. Definitely. So if the bars can turn around and say that 18 is too young, then the casinos have got to crack the whip and say, you know what? Nobody under the age of 19 in the casino gambling, or have gambling privileges or gambling rights, whatever you call it, until they're 19 years old of alcohol drinking age. That kind of stuff like that. Cigarettes has got to be the same way. Marijuana has got to be the same way. Nobody under the age of 19 smoking it. Definitely. It's all got to be equal. If you guys are looking at equalizing the actual laws in that department, that's how you equalize it. Definitely. just a tip on how you can equalize it, so it's not unequal. Definitely. And that kind of stuff like that. So there's my opinion. But yeah, I know there's a lot of 18-year-olds that are going to kick my ass for saying that, but I don't give a shit. Totally. They're going to have to learn that if they can't go into a bar until they're 19, they shouldn't be allowed in casino until they're 19. They shouldn't be allowed to go to the local convenience store and purchase lottery tickets till they're 19. This is what I mean. It's got to be equal. It's gambling and alcohol has to be the same age as the alcohol. Starting age has got to be the same age as alcohol, 19 and up. It cannot be unfair like that, or be unequal. It's got to be equal. That kind of stuff like that. So, basically, I'm just kind of helping you on how you can equalize that. I know I'm giving Doug Ford some ideas. He's probably sitting back if he's watching this and laughing his ass off at it. Definitely. But if you're looking on how to equalize that law, that's what you do. That's how you equalize it. So that way it is the gambling age becomes the same age as the drinking age. Now, if you guys decide you want to, if the provincial government wants to decide they're going to raise the drinking age to 21, then the gambling law you can raise to 21 as well. If that is going through a change or across your desk, definitely like that. Or if you're leaving it at 19, make sure that the gambling laws are 19 and above. Definitely that starts the same way at the drinking age. Has to be the gambling age as well. This is why I said like I said that's where for times or decades it's been unequal. Definitely. And that kind of stuff like that. That means you can't even go. That means you should not be allowed to go into a local Max Milk store or 7-Eleven at 18 years of age and be allowed to buy lottery tickets or bingo gaming lottery tickets until you're 19 years of age. They need to really get strict on that. Definitely. And I know it has to go through Queen's Park. It's got to go through the provincial government. It's got to pass it. And definitely before there is a strict law laid out on that. Definitely. Because the gambling age should be the same as the drinking age. Definitely. 18's too young. Definitely. That kind of stuff like that. So that way everything like that is starting at the age of 19. Your gambling age starts at 19 and your drinking age starts at 19. Drinking age always started at 19, but the gambling age at least should start at 19. Or stores should be stopped from selling 18-year-olds lottery tickets, and that kind of stuff like that. And they should not be allowed to purchase marijuana or weed until they're 19 years old. Anything, tobacco, cigarettes, anything, alcohol, gambling material like gambling tickets, lotto tickets, crossword gambling tickets. They should not be getting their hands on until they're 19 years of age. Definitely. Or should not be allowed to purchase till they're 19, just like the alcohol. Definitely. It should come under the alcohol restriction age. Definitely. That's the way to make it equal. Definitely. If the Premier of Toronto is listening to this and thinks that this is a good idea, because it's got to go through proper channels before it becomes considered an actual legal law. Definitely, to the right people, there's some helpful advice for you. Definitely. That kind of stuff like that. So, And that's so any adult activities like gambling should be the same as a drinking age, not till you're 19. So that way everything is all equal. That means it goes for everything that's an adult activity. That means gambling, just like drinking, should be 19 years of age. Smoking, 19 years of age. Even smoking grass or hippie grass or marijuana or cannabis weed, whatever you want to fucking call it, not till you're 19. Vaping, those that vape, I don't vape, not till you're 19 years old. They got to make that clear. They really got to slam the hammer down at Queen's Park and say everything to do with adult activity like that, just like the drinking, not till you're 19. That's advice I can give you on that one, definitely. And that's I'm not trying to be harsh on that, but maybe if you were looking at a new world order society, this is now's the time to change. More or less, if you're gonna make those kind of changes and that kind of stuff like that. This is the harmful advice that I can give you guys on that, definitely. And I know I'm not much of a politician, that kind of stuff like that, but I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to be. All the bullshit you go through with that crap. I know what it was like in the Orange Order. Definitely, that's as close to politics I ever got. And that kind of politics, you march down into the wrong community over in Ireland, you kaboom, you shot down dead. Look at me. Well, at least I'm in Canada here, but look at me now. I'm Catholic. Did not ask to be, but I had to stay married to my wife, or the Pope was going to adios me out the door. Definitely. But yeah. So I didn't have a choice to change, but I had to change. But at least I left that group in good standing and that kind of stuff like that. But yes, so I know basically how rough it gets, definitely. Areas that I like to avoid as much possible, definitely. If Queen's Park is picking up on this idea or whatever about changing the gambling age to 19. I know you guys have to do it legally through your House of Commons or through your provincial House of Commons at the provincial level, and then take it to the federal level, more or less, to really push it through, definitely. That's the best help and advice I can give you, definitely. So that way everything is totally equal. And I know that's what you've always been talking about, is keeping things equal. That's the best. That's if you want to keep things equal, you start making the laws equal and not favoritism, and not making it unequal. That's the best grounds to start on, definitely. That kind of thing. So I'm just giving you some helpful advice. I know my TikTok is down, definitely. I would be doing this on TikTok, and I probably would get video stitched by now by a lot of angry 18-year-olds. would be telling me off, but I don't care. It's keeping things equally fair, definitely. So the casinos have to, and the lottery ticket sales have to become all the same. All the cigarette sales, all the lottery ticket sales, all the casino gambling institutions, all have to be the same. Not till you're 19 years old. So that way it matches with the drinking age, Definitely. Is all I'm saying at that. So it is all considered all equal. And that. So again, there's some helpful advice. Of course, nobody ever listens to me anyways. It'd be a miracle if they ever do. But that's basically the way I can put it. Not getting to a level of being too harsh. Indefinitely. And that part of my video is done. Actually, I got a couple of, what was it? When I was on TikTok yesterday, before my camera went out, I locked myself out of my other tablet. I made up a passcode, and I forgot what it is. I can't get into it. I removed one of my accounts, guys. I did remove my Gypsy, my Gypsy Rover TP5 account. I removed that one. I took that one down. Definitely. So again, I only have 3 accounts, because you're not really supposed to have no more than 3 accounts, apparently. But I do, because, like I said, I do a lot of filming and editing, and I need the space to put the videos. Definitely. There was some videos that I chose to take down, that I did remove. Definitely. But yes, there's some TikToks that I did choose to take down, that I had taken down. But yeah, so there's my opinion on a lot of stuff. Once my TikTok camera comes back up, guys, I don't know why it is down. I don't know. I don't know what's going on at their end. What's going on with their servers? Definitely. They think basically everybody is the vegan teacher. Now, the vegan teacher in Montreal, Quebec, guys, was taken down due to community commercial guidelines, hate speech, also due to what she was saying about Jewish people, comparing Jewish people to animals, and she was getting very racist. She was bringing up, she was using illegal names like the Holocaust. She was coming out with a lot of World War II shit, racist shit. She was literally putting people down. She was cyberbullying, everything else like that. And people got fed up with it, and they had her taken down. That's why she was reported. But she keeps coming back, and she keeps attacking everybody else. That is not doing anything wrong. That's being positive or whatever. Because she was just as bad as the coronavirus. Definitely. She is the vegan virus. Not the fact that we're against because she was vegan. It was because of her behavior, what she was saying, and forcing people to go vegan. And there was a 16-year-old child that died, apparently, that I heard on TikTok, because he changed, and he died of malnutrition, because his body wouldn't accept the change. That he died from veganism, and definitely because she was forcing veganism on people. I know I've seen those videos. I've heard those videos on those topics, and one guy was really upset about. I guess he was friends with the family or whatever, and that. But yeah, there is. If you're raised to eat a certain way, unless you're raised to eat vegan, I would suggest you don't change. Because again, it's not healthy for you. It shows you right there that it can kill you, because your body is so used to eating a certain way or nutrition, and if you don't get that into you, your body deflates like a whoopee cushion. You can get very deathly sick. You can get very ill. So if you're raised as a carnivore, don't try changing to vegetarian or veganism. It is not safe. It is too dangerous. Now, some people's cases can change if they choose to. But my advice is be careful if you do. There's risks involved. Don't do it. If you're just going to make yourself sick, don't do it. It's not safe. Don't let people like her tell you have to do this, you have to do that, because all she is doing is she does not know your body structure and what if it can change or cannot change, because your body will pre-warn you before you kill over. You'll see signs of getting very deathly sick very quickly. And that because your weight will go downhill. Definitely. So if you're raised as a carnivore meat eater, I wouldn't suggest to change to vegetarian because somebody forces to. If you want to, that's different. I would suggest you don't because you don't know how safe it is going to be or not going to be. Definitely. For some people, yes, they can just barely change and they're okay with it. Some people can't. They get deathly sick. And there's a high risk of death. Definitely. That's all I can share on that one. Like vegetarians that change over from being vegetarian to carnivorism. Go through the same thing because some of them have actually got sick and died from changing over, and some just barely made it because they chose to. They weren't forced to. There's a difference. So if you feel it's not going to be safe for you to change, don't change. Don't change yourself for any religion or for anything. Or if somebody tells you have to, make sure it's your own decision and that kind of stuff. But just want to share that. So any of the TikTokers that are on here listening to this, definitely watching this, that kind of stuff like that. I would have put this all live, but on TikTok. But I just wanted to share that, guys. Definitely. And that, but I'm probably going to relax if I don't get my TikTok camera going in time tonight, guys. Definitely, I'm not going to have no 67 videos. Definitely, it's up working great. If not, I'm stuck watching a movie tonight. Definitely. I probably watch. I got lots of movies here too. I probably watch some Blu-rays. Definitely. A lot of people, I guess TikTok thinks that everybody's vegan. Not everybody's vegan. I'm not vegan. And don't wish to be. I think it's bullshit. My opinion on it. Also, too, guys, just to let you guys know, veganism is not Christianity. It's satanicism. It's Wiccan. Definitely. I shared that on TikTok a couple times where it originally comes from. It's not even in the Christianity Bible at all. It is a Wiccan practice. That goes back to the dark ancient times. And it had nothing to do with animal self-advocation. It had to do with witches refusing to put any animal flesh or blood in their system because the fact they were performing, I can't say performing or practicing witchcraft and transferring spirits from the dead into them, or out of them into channeling spirits. Their body was a spiritual channel for source of spiritual energy. So they had refused, so they wouldn't block the spiritual energy. They would refuse to eat animal flesh or drink animal blood. They back in the early days, yes, they used to force their witch covens witches to be vegan. But today, no, it is a choice. So that should not be going on today. Um, Definitely. Even today, witches. Now, there's some witches like that choose to be that way still, but today there is witches today that eat meat, they eat pork chops, they eat McDonald's, they eat a ham sandwich, they eat turkey, they eat meat. And it doesn't bother their spirituality anymore, like they thought it used to back in the early days. Definitely, or the dark time, ancient Norwegian times. It was more of what you call a Norwegian practice, anyways, of New England Norwegian witchcraft. That's all that was about. It had nothing to do with saving animals. Um, they used to sacrifice wild animals, and they were sacrificed to the gods, but they would never put it in their body because they were spiritually channeling paranormal witchcraft. Definitely, practicing witchcraft. That's what all that was originally about. But yes. It's not like that today. But yes, there's witches and witch covens today that choose to live like that on their own choice. But there is witches too today that don't practice that vegan shit. Because today this generation of them have learnt that it doesn't harm their spirituality, and they can still do their psychic spiritual readings. And it doesn't harm them spiritually, like they were paranoid and thought it would back in the early times of the early witch times. Definitely, and that kind of stuff like that. They're seeing things, or they're channeling spirits today in a different way. And they still have their spiritual gifts, but by eating meat today, it doesn't harm them spiritually. If it doesn't harm a born again Christian to eat a Big Mac, it shouldn't harm a witch. Definitely. So, like I said, it is old Norwegian witch practice doctrine that comes out of the Wiccan Bible, definitely, and Satanic Bible. Not your Christianity Bible, not even in the Jewish Torah, or even on Jewish Egyptian stone. In the early times, definitely, it had nothing to do with Christianity at all. That is basically, yes. Today, it is a choice if people choose to live their way like that, and they cannot force people to change their way if they don't want to. That is based on a personal choice. Like even today, grandkids of a Freemason would be forced into the order, would be literally abducted and forced into the order. It doesn't happen today because everything is based on the individual's free will and choice. They join at on their own free accord, on their own free will. If that's where they want to get into, if that's where they believe they want to be, or what they want to be a part of. It's not like the early days where they used to kick in your door, break into your house, and abduct you out of the bathtub in your Sunday school suit, and made you become a Freemason, and literally abduct you. They don't do that no more. That kind of stuff like that. So basically, it is all on the individual's all free choice if they want to join it or if they don't want to join it. But back in the early days, over in Europe, that's what, even in England, that's the way they were. Definitely. If you were a grandkid to a Freemason or an Orange Masonic, you were literally abducted and forced into the order. They don't do that today. In these times or generations, it's based all if you join on your own free will. If you want to be a part of it or you don't want to be part of it, it's your own choice. So again, everything is based on free will choices today. They would love to get as many as any of us grandkids that had grandparents that were in it, but they're not getting their wish today Definitely, because a lot of us kids that grew up religious are no longer religious. We told the church, we told the churches to fuck off a long time ago. Um, definitely, because there's been a lot of people that grew up in churches have went atheism, because we seen a lot of hypocriticalness in the actual Christian churches. And I'm not saying they're all like that. I'm just saying in majority of them, we felt that a lot of their teachings were false teaching and false prophecies, and that. So basically, what they go on about, even if it did happen, that yes, there's historical history of it happening. It didn't happen the way the churches are telling you it happened. They're exaggerating and manipulating the truth, definitely. And a lot of them, they love doing that, and they love forcing their religion, definitely. Even if you go back into when Christ walked the earth, even before his time, things the churches tell you that happened didn't happen the way it's in the Bible. It happened. The Bible is just a book. It happened differently. Would have happened differently than what the churches ramble on about. They try to preach and teach. Yeah. Yes. Try to teach and preach shit that they really don't know what the real truths happened. Man, I'm live. On the way the historical events really happened. They're not like a theologian or an archaeologist that actually researches everything. And it's easier today with internet. Definitely. That's why there's new documentaries coming out. That is declaring the Church of Jesus Christ as a lie. Definitely. I'm not saying the Latter-day Saints group. I'm just saying in the Baptist groups, Pentecostals are being put on the spot. They're getting caught in a lie for 250 years of historical information or misled information that they're trying to preach on that didn't happen the way they say it happened. Would have happened differently. And that kind of stuff like that. So they don't actually go out and research it. Some of them have never been to Israel. They have never been to Jerusalem. Their missionaries might have, but they're hiding the truth. But they come back with a bunch of lies and false information. But literally, they do come back with the real truth on how it happened. But they keep that truth to themselves. And when they present it in the church, they tell a lie. And they lie to their congregation, and they manipulate and exaggerate that actual truth. They don't share the actual truth about what they discovered or what they found. Definitely. I'm not saying that in a hateful way. I'm just saying that yes, they don't have real science or proof. Like somebody that like an atheist or science would have, definitely. Or a theologian would have, or an archaeologist would have, definitely, of existence or time existence or tragically historical information on how things really happened.
Write yourself down with some tips.
Fran, I am live. Can you please not talk like that? Because that's what's getting me banned. Sorry about that. But yeah, so yes, so basically there's again there's different now with Google, you can Google everything and get the proper information and everything else like that. Even Google is not 100% right either on its source of historical information. I'm finding that out too as well. Again, that's what I said, but there, like I said, there's scientists, archaeologists out there, and theologians that will actually tell you the exact truth on how those times would have really happened. Definitely. compared to what the churches ramble on about today. What?
No, it was just on.
But yeah, so that is, there's some history and theological history and what you call theory for you on that. Definitely, and I learned this crap a long time ago. I mean, when I was a kid, I went to church all the time. I didn't understand this, definitely, like I do today. Or starting to see it like I do today. That kind of stuff like that. That whatever happened back those times had its reasons, but happened differently the way the churches will go and present it. I know at the Sunday school level with the kids, yes, they have to cover that up. That's understandable. But the adults, seriously, should be telling them the real truth about it, the whole thing. But they don't. They like to lie stuff up big time to cover up the real truth of what really happened, definitely. So they take reality and they put it into a fantasy, definitely. But yeah. So thank you guys for tuning on in. I never get followers on YouTube anyways. I get them all on TikTok. But when my TikTok's up and running, guys, I will do 60-second videos. At least I get more of a full song in them. That I'm lip syncing to. Thank you so much for tuning on in, guys. Those that are tuning on in or watching. And also, so this kind of makes up my TikTok time or whatever. Once I get my TikTok channel working again, guys, I will do a couple more 60-second videos. And my camera comes back up. My TikTok camera comes back up to surface. I have no clue what's going on with that. Definitely, that kind of stuff like that. I'm having the same problem. My TikTok channel is down, like everybody else's. Some people have lost. TikTok has taken their accounts for no reason from us innocent bystander people that didn't do anything wrong. That kind of stuff like that. We don't know what's going on with that part of it, but yes. Now my one account, yes, I took down my one account. I took down myself. My Gypsy Rover my P5 account. I took that down on my own free choice. So I just have the two others. So I don't have too many accounts. That's all that was. But yes, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now.